Hello everybody, welcome to Wise Man's Grandchild episode 3 anime review. I think I've finally got the point of this show. It's not meant to be serious. It's applying like One Punch Man logic of I'm really OP, I'm just going to destroy all the threats without a worry. But I still am not a particular fan of this show, but it's better than I was expecting. It's better than I thought it would be. Let's go with that. I'm positive. It's definitely not something I can get super into, but I'm like, okay, I can watch this. This isn't unwatchable. That's basically where I'm at now. But let's start at the beginning, as always, and go through, and we'll get from there. So, we begin with him going to pick up the girls, and then there's a tour of the school, and is basically forced by all his classmates and friends to start his own study group, and they're like leeching off him. They're like, hey, you teach us how to be really good, yeah? And I'm like, is this going to go super dark where they all betray him? It's not going to do that, because it's not that kind of show. And then we cut to the king and that, and apparently the demons are increasing. I wonder who's going to deal with all the demons. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. It could be anyone who's, a main character, and you got me. But then we go to Kurt the dickhead. Remember him? He was the dickhead from last week, and he's a little bit crazy. And he gets grounded though, which is kind of weird. So his dad is like, "You are grounded." He pimp smacks him too. Okay. But then the crew is talking, and they're like, "Yeah, his personality changed after talking to Mr. Strom," who we then see, and I'm like, he's definitely a bad guy. Look at that mask. He's definitely a bad guy. And he does something to Kurt with evil magic, and then the next day, breakfast, he's like, "Yeah, we'll still walk to school together, girl, because I like you and you like me, but it's really obvious, but we're pretending we don't realise it," or something. And then he accidentally brags about being OP again. He's like, "Yeah, I killed a demon when I was 10. I cut its head off. It was bare. It was awesome." And I'm like, that's okay. I kind of like how he's accidentally bragging, 'cause he was like, "Oh, did I do it again? Which part are you confused? Are you shocked by?" And I was like, okay, that's quite funny. I'm moderately amused. But then Shin senses ill will from Kurt, who attacks them all, and he's possessed by a demon or something. And then he tells his friends, "You all suck. You're in my way. Please let me deal with this." And then he fights Kurt a little bit, and he realizes he should be able to turn him back, but then he kills him anyway, and he's like, "Oh man, he cut his head clean off." And he's concerned that he just killed him. He was like, "Oh, I've never killed someone before. What have I done?" But all his friends are like, no, they're not looking at him weird or anything. Like, "Oh man, you're alright, you just killed someone, that's cool. Didn't like this. He's not a murderer, or not even a murderer, but he's not conditioned to kill people. He reacted far too his friends reacted far too calmly. They bothered me more than he did, because at least he had the little internal, I've never killed someone before. It could have been played up a little bit more, but his friends just didn't seem to care. I know it was a demon, but, Then after the credits, the guards show up and like, "You did it, man! Yes! Good job, you are saviour! Come on!" That's what the guards did, essentially. And, like I said, this is not the most engaging show, just because it's kind of ridiculous. But it does apply, One Punch Man logic. But it doesn't need to be an isekai, does it? I will stick with that till the day I die. This could have been just a fantasy show. You could have lopped off that 3 minutes at the beginning, and there's very little reference to him being from another world. Very little. It didn't need to be. It's literally just an isekai, because that's what's big at the moment, and that's what gets clicks. And, it's very obvious that's what's happened. Maybe later on we're going to have some more Earth stuff, and I will eat my words. But as of right now, I'm like, this could have just been a fantasy battle school anime, couldn't it? Didn't need to be a isekai. Also, I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem to be going down the harem route. There's chicks, but then there's dudes as well. So it's not, normally in these shows, it's there's one guy and 17 women. This is almost balanced. So I'm like, is it not a harem show? Is it just Blue Girl? Spoiler, I don't remember anyone's name except Shin and Kurt, because I wrote it down, but he's dead now, so just Shin. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about everything and stuff, and I will see you next week for another episode. It'll be a treat. Bye, guys.